but you need to have like no one else on your team that can build Arden and have like okay, you have to have like Corky mid and like
Dude, I saw
top
Talia do it
GG
in.
no Kane. Yeah, these guys know what's up.
There was a
Talia, I think?
Talia that did it. Rushed Rylai's afterwards with Bond of Stone. It
True lad.
was funny. It was good.
I go Bond so Nunu sometimes. Not even that bad.
That one
No
doesn't
one
sound
ever
as unreasonable. Arden
Arden
Sentinel.
Nunu, yeah, but no one ever hits the guys to get Bond to get the Nunu. Like they don't respect it. They're interesting the Shadow not actually going for the Bond of Stone there because it is a pretty nice mastery. Did you go for the Courage of Colossus instead? Just looking to make those flash ults engages.
Yeah, exactly, and just it helps them offset a little bit of the harass he's going to be taking in lane. Actually, Rakan's lane phase is not all that spectacular. Kallista's early lane is pretty strong, but I think that Xayah Braum is ultimately one of the stronger early game lanes, and if the Q from Braum connects onto someone, I think that they're going to have a pretty bad time.
Yeah, it's not going to be all too great if they get locked up by that slow, but ladies and gentlemen, we are coming in here to our second game of this semi-final bracket between sides of Event Horizon and Integrity Gaming. Event Horizon currently leading this series 1-0. We've said it before, we said it again. We are currently chilling at the Malta Cyber Series number 3 Back to Basics tournament brought to you by KFC.
Among other sponsors.
Amongst other sponsors, what could possibly be
The last game of the day. We saw IG earlier make a statement for themselves against Raptors, but ultimately they got completely dismantled by this Event Horizon lineup last game. It'll be interesting to see if Event Horizon can maintain their form from previous tournaments and attempt to take it all once again, or if IG will come with the upset. In terms of draft, I am going to give the edge to Event Horizon here, but anything could happen as evidenced by the Baron steal from Van Cleef last game on his Kha'Zix.
Yeah, Event Horizon definitely have the more consistent comp, but the wombo potential for IG there just cannot be ignored as we maybe see a bit of a trade from 1v1. Now, Eon does not have the grand
Concussive blows.
He's going to get stunned up by the concussive blows.
Ignite.
To throw down the exhaust. Ignite also used onto Eon there, so a lot of summoners being blown. Eon forced to flash on out, so a very advantageous level 1 trade for Event Horizon.
Both sums out of the Rakan means that Maokai's early gank towards the bot lane will be even more effective. If I'm trying to think, when does Shen get 6? Probably about 8-9 minutes, right?
When he kills, you know, like 60 creeps or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think that Rakan's summoners will be up in time for Shen 6. So I was going to mention that, but I don't think that's going to be a thing.
I mean,
you will see Maokai rotate towards bot lane though, which is going to be fun.
Farming his way down there, but that was
he started as Raptors.
IG. What does that mean for them now? Blowing those summoners, losing.
That means that Rakan is under constant threat from this Maokai that started top side because he's going to hit level 3 off the bottom jungle and then make his way bot.
Might actually just be going for
nice knockup
again. They hit for level 2. Nice little reset as well there for Ventus. Heals are used. Flash also popped from Zod Saiyajin. This Ventus going low, but the concussive blows is going to be blocked. And
good block on the concussive blows.
Not going to get the reset there, but just forcing out all the pots. All 3 now used by Shadow, and with that slight level 2 advantage.
That was really good capitalization by them to just all in as soon as Rakan had his level 2 combo. I would like to see after this wave is cleared, Maokai just come bot, flash on the Callista, Braum flash on the Callista, and a clean first blood there. Obviously they don't know where Szechuan.
Oh, Maokai's here, you said it. Shadow gonna flash on in, throw out that ram into Eon, does get the stun, but no more concussive blows. But there's the twisted advance. Eon going low, does he have the back stun? No, he does not. Only level 2 first blood going on over to Zod Saiyajin.
Yeah, that was fairly clean pickup there. You know, the Rakan used both of the summoners, level 1. Was really good capitalization. Nice flash forward by Shadow to tag him with the Winter's Bite. And yeah, just the CC layering came through, and ultimately Rakan did drop. Trade top lane.
Yep, Rakan just going down there. It was a nice use of the level 2 power spike, to be honest, when they hit that. Just going straight back in, even without the summoners, but Rakan's level 2, maybe not as strong as he needed to be, and a nice use of Unbreakable, making sure that those Ren stacks didn't go into Zod Saiyajin. So kill was picked up, and it did go into Zod Saiyajin's pocket, who's now recalled with only 18 CS to his name. Very hectic lane, very early recall. Picks himself up a couple long swords and some nice boots to go.
So he's got his long swords, he's got his boots, and now he's just making his way down. I think he's going to go for Essence Reaper first, as you do on Xayah, and whoa, big damage onto Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia actually opting for the heal here, which is, yeah, I guess you could say it's fairly standard. I would have loved to see the cleanse, especially against such a CC heavy comp with the Sejuani and the Rakan.
But it's so disrespectful to take cleanse when your lane opponent doesn't have anything you can use the cleanse versus. I do really like cleanse versus Sejuani because of the kind of point and click nature.
But when you're playing in a mobile mage like Cassiopeia, then your lane is basically Sejuani as well.
Yeah, pretty much. But also, bear in mind, he is against a ranged champion, so it is a lot harder to get those permafrost stacks down. Those will have to come from Van Cleef charging on in.
I was more thinking about the ultimate coming out from Van Cleef later on in the game.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, looking for a return gank in bot lane, by the way.
And then you don't get stunned after.
True.
You use Captain Jacket, you'll be good to go. Yeah.
Maokai's chilling bot lane, dude.
Yeah, he's good, but Van Cleef,
Sejuani's here.
Speak of the Devil coming on in, going to land that Arctic Assault, flashing on over to follow Deus.
Stun connects.
Getting the speed boost, does get the stun, blazes in the area, the heal will be enough to save him as Lemmy Jungle flashes on in, but the auto is not enough because of the corrupting bot, but Eon comes in and picks that one up for himself. Blaze trying to get on out.
The flash juke.
Completely unnecessary, but worked out for him. As he does manage to get out of that one alive. The same cannot be said for Ventus though. During all that, got 2v1s down in the bottom lane, so making it a 1-for-1 trade overall, and a lot of tower damage now coming out.
Important to note is that Orianna did have her flash forced, which means Maokai still has this free gank in the mid lane. Yes, Rakan has his summoners coming back up, but...
Yeah, he's just going to catch the XP here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, but... Yeah.
You have to be
no worries. We do see the teleport coming out from Shen here. He is 6, so if anything too hectic should happen, he can just drop the Stand United and meander his way back up there.
Yeah, man's gonna be good to go. As you do see, even with that death under his belt, Deity will still pick up that tier, so just gonna try and scale on into this game.
Scale, because she's a snake. I get it, I get it.
XD!
XD, dude.
As we do see the Moby boots, actually.
Ooh, nice sidestep on the Winter's Bite. And yeah, I do love the Moby boots, especially when you've got so many immobile lanes that have so many summoners down.
God, I hate it so much. I don't like it on Maokai, because in my head, Maokai, you just farm to 6, and you just farm, you don't gank ever, because it's such a solo queue. But if he wants to go out and try and punish all these blown summoners, you know, it was a flashless Ventus, at least that was just about to come up. Eons just came up, but Lemmy Jungle, yeah, no flash as well. So if he's looking to punish that, just try and stay ahead of Van Cleef, then Moby Boots definitely.
Shen still builds Sunfire? I don't think they do anymore.
I think they do, yeah.
No, I think you go Tiamat into...
Oh, I think you go both.
The Deadman's? No.
Oh, did you have Deadman's?
Oh, Tiamat into Randuin, sorry. Something like that.
Yeah.
Or Knight's Vow.
You go Thornmail, but we'll see how it goes. Maybe it will bring the damage it needs to get this.
Yeah, you'd go Thornmail to Cliff. Here we go.
Blaze follows the flash with his twisted advance. Is the shield going to be enough?
Exec ultimate him.
Trying to buy some time, but a nice Twilight Shroud. They're going to save Toby there.
Spirit's Refuge.
Oh, Twilight Shroud's the Akali.
Akali, yeah.
I get those confused all the time, dude.
No worries, I got you, don't worry. You see Kalista sat on a Vamp Scepter to a BF sword and 2 long swords? That does not feel good.
Yeah, that's not a situation you want to be.
We're on no flash still, but unfortunately the threat of the shockwave is enough to dissuade.
Yeah, Blaze doesn't have the flash twisted advance anymore. Yeah, no flash for quite a while.
I think he dies in an Orianna combo because he doesn't have any health because he rushed mobility boots.
Yeah, no, he's a very, very squishy Maokai, and he may not even be running magic resist in his runes. We're gonna have to see as he goes on and gets the nice courage shield and a very early Shen ult. So not the full value, but at the end of the day, the Shen ult just used completely defensively to try and save Blaze. Doesn't seem like they were on the same page for that. trade. Now, luckily, Cypher did use his teleport to try and come down, so Toby will have a TP advantage. His will come up slightly earlier, coming up about the same time as his Stand United. But whilst all that was going on, the first blood tower was taken bottom lane, but IG are looking to punish.
Here comes Rakan!
Quick miss going down onto Zodze and forced to use that Feather Storm, flashing out and looking to get the root, gonna connect onto Van Cleef. But
good disengage!
Here, looking to try and put down damage. Man just needs one more auto. Will get the stun. Gonna get the ultimate down as well onto Zod Sajin, who does go down, but Eon traded back and Ventus forced to flash out from under the tower. But here comes the Moby Boot Maokai. Blaze running on into the lane. Not gonna be able to make much happen. Gonna throw down that nature.
Nice Winter's Bite.
With Christmas lights. Is it gonna connect? It is just the edge of it. Going to root up Van Cleef, and look at the duration of that onto Ventus. But again, too long for the Moby Boots to proc, so will not be able to.
I think he could have got Kalista there had he gone for her instead of the Sejuani.
I don't think he expected the route to last that long. I definitely
Rome could have locked down Sejuani, I think, but yeah, true, fair enough. He went for the secure kill in his eyes. His top lane trading is actually pretty fun to watch, but ultimately fruitless because nothing really comes of it.
Yeah, not too much going to go down at the end there, but nice trade down bottom lane. Do manage to pick up some kills in return for that tower going down.
Yeah, and this means that Event Horizon now have priority on the Drake. They have good vision around it in the enemy bot side jungle.
Wait for it.
And can, yeah, pretty much just start it now.
Yeah, and it's so important that they take these dragons whenever they can, just as fast as they can. They go dragons up, let's just take it, because you know you leave those objectives up versus a Kalista.
Dragon up.
To steal them.
Do you think they had American Dragon Jake Long in Malta?
What did you say? American Dragon.
Jake Long. Do you not remember? He was Disney
was
show.
that TV show?
Yeah, he turned into
like,
dragon. He said, "Dragon up."
I've had this conversation before, but not with you. I didn't watch too much of it, but I remember there was this one guy at my school, and like we went to a boarding school, and there was mostly foreign students. We were like the only English guys, so we would just talk about those shows, like the Jackie Chan Adventures and.
Jackie Chan Adventures.
That was good shows. Blaze.
Yeah, man.
Maybe
The
the
Talisman's
wrong
up.
jungle.
Blaze.
Now remember, he's only got his Moby boot, so not very tanky. But that is a very short cooldown on that frozen 2-minute will result in one frosty tree. Blaze also going to lose his flash as well in exchange for both Neon and Van Cleef's ult.
Yeah, really unfortunate that he got caught in that rotation. He was actually chilling on the ward as he tried to go for some sort of invade shenanigans. You can see that they still have very, very high vision control of that bottom side jungle, but unfortunately just the manpower and the presence there was too much of a disparity, as you saw that Orianna was cutting off Prom and Cassiopeia from joining that fight, and it was just Saya that was able to back up this Maokai, and it wasn't enough.
Yeah,
Channel only just came up.
A few times now, Blaze playing a bit too aggro. It's because he's really not that tanky yet. All he actually has to his name. It's one of the problems with these Moby Boot rushes is, you know, you get the Moby Boots, you get the Smite Stone here, you spend a lot of gold on items that are giving you 0 combat stats, except for the tier 1 boots, you know, so now that he has picked up that Bammy Cinder, he will get a little bit of a combat advantage there, but just remember, the amount of gold that he has spent on Moby Boots is the same amount of gold that it will now cost Van Cleef to finish that Cinderhawk. Van Cleef sitting on 1.2k, so if he recalls, will be in a pretty good spot combat-wise. However, saying that, Blaze down on 600
This lane swap was good because they've taken the tower and now they want to pressure Camille. She's really uncomfortable in these 2v1 scenarios. She just wants to sit in a side lane and split push, and while she's being corralled onto her turret like this, the thing she can't do is push.
Yeah, you say lane swap, but it looks like everyone wants to stick around in this top lane, because Cypher gonna stay with the rest of his team. Now Van Cleef spotted out by the sapling, but does have the Frozen Tomb available. Going to go in onto Blaze, maybe try and land the slow. But
Good
here
stun.
comes Cypher. Auto attack resets mean it's going to be an easy
Here comes
turn
Shen.
Frost. As the Stand United is not enough, teleport is available for Toby. It will be used instantly. But there's the Hex Step
Cool.
ultimatum onto the backline. Nice bit of kiting from Zod Sage and getting a huge Feather Storm and Blade Cooler to boot as Shadow now the only
Here comes
man
Cass.
left alive for his team. Sage and not able to get out alive of that one. Deity a bit too slow on the rotation, and the teleport was cancelled by Toby. So at the end of it, It is a 1 for 2.
1 for 2 and damage on
But
this tier 2 in the bot lane
a
is...
lot of damage onto this tier 2. Deity can't walk up. The shockwave is available. She's going to get blown up by it if he tries the tower. Should go down. Is Let Me Jungle going to try and go for it?
Just saying that bot lane tier 2 would drop faster if Shen went for Tiamat.
Yeah, that is true, but in
Ballista?
goes Eon. The shockwave only connecting onto Shadow, who gets healed up by Deity. Going to jump on out, and Deity
Here goes
doing
Deity.
the opposite. Running on in with that speed boost, and Blaze has Moby booted back to the fight. Does not have his ultimate available and gets knocked up by
Carries
Eon.
it so
But
low!
the slows are coming out. The stun going to connect. Blaze has the twisted advance and has the kill. Now looking to maybe set his sights onto Ventus, who is forced to flash away from the sapling. But it isn't enough, and he will go down to it. Let me a jungle, please. The last man left alive. As Tori takes a nice trade with Cypher in the bottom lane.
Yeah, that was really, really phenomenal. You were doubting his maybe boots, but ultimately they really did pay dividends there.
They paid off. He got straight back to that fight, and I did not expect that sapling to do so much damage, but it doesn't look like Blaze is actually maxing that second, so... I mean, he's only got the 1 extra point to Vina.
Yeah, well...
extra damage.
What? Why would you do that? What?
To be honest, I maxed it first for a really long time.
You should always max it last, I think, unless you're playing AP Maokai.
Well, the thing is, I think now maxing it second is a bit more of a viable option because of the recent nerfs to the sapling, but I just have no idea. I really just don't know.
It's like Camille Sin triggers me with all the triangles just floating in the air all the time. Don't get it.
Yeah, it's a bit interesting, that one.
Triangle, man. Anyways, you do see Rift Herald being... I have something prepared for this.
Oh. Do you now?
I do.
I swear to God, if you read that thing one more time.
Given Rift Herald... Okay, here we go, some...
Yeah, thank God that's over. Flash engage from Blaze. Going to try and use that Nature's Grasp backwards and pretty simply picks up...
This was actually a beautiful cleanse because it...
saved his life? Yeah.
It saved his life from the root, and then another root came out from the Maokai ult, and it actually saved him from that as well.
Because the cleanse does
reduce by 65%
after you use it. His Venture trying to pick this one up, gonna hand it on over to Let Me Jungle Please. In this game, it doesn't feel like it's in the hands of Event Horizon quite just yet. They are up 5,000 gold, but Integrity Gaming really putting in a good fight here. Frankly, looking to maybe set up some sort of engage here. They get these kills. That's going to be a Cloud Dragon for them. Has the Frozen Tomb available, but no Flash. There aren't any squishies in the area he can engage onto. Just looking to hang around, maybe make a pick by the Dragon, and Shadow could be the target.
Shadow!
Getting 4 stacks of the Permafrost, but the Miasma disengage will mean that Shadow can just leap on out of that one.
Fortunately, you have the stand behind me coming in full force there.
Darling, stand.
That's not behind, that's by, but yes. Good job. I'm not unappreciative, to be honest. Dude, that's my favourite Stephen King movie. Did you know it's based on a book by Stephen King?
I haven't seen it.
So is The Shawshank Redemption.
Dude, really?
Yeah, and they're remaking it this September. Whoa, it's this month. It is like next week. I want to see that.
Oh my God.
Speaking of what I want to see, this dragon fight is coming right up.
Dude, speaking of it, it's a clown dragon, dude. Let's go.
Whoa!
See, interesting that Toppy's actually going.
Callista's tagged with the Braum Q.
Never mind. So we're going to come on into this fight. Stand United dropped onto Blaze, and the Camille just straight in for the backline. Meanwhile,
everyone dove on Zaya.
Going down, and this is some lovely kiting from Zod Saiyajin. Just managing to stay alive, and Deity doing the same as he picks up the double kill onto the Sejuani. This whole time, Toby was zoning vital members out of that fight, making it a pretty easy one for Event Horizon. Blaze does have that Rift Herald available. Probably going to choose to use it here. Probably. Maybe.
You see them just pushing down this mid lane. Yeah, they can Rift Herald, but I think they're going to choose to hold it. Yeah.
How long has he got left in there? He's about 3/4 of the duration through it.
Yeah, he's got about a minute and a half left.
Yeah, if he wants to go recall by and just do the exact same thing again, he's going to be in a good spot. And this is a pretty ahead Maokai, so that Righteous Glory, so useful. You just force any fight. But really, these fights, dude, tell me about Zod Saiyajin, man. That guy is kiting.
Yeah, he got dove by the Sejuani, the Rakan, and the Camille there, and still managed to live despite having the Hextech ultimatum dropped on him. He did phenomenally well to live there, but honestly, I'm gonna say that Braum peeled really well, everyone peeled really well to be honest, and the Cassiopeia Miasma. Bit of a trade bot lane between the top laners, upside down.
Whoa!
Wanna get off this wild ride.
Get off Mr. Burns' wild ride, and Mr. Place wants to get on to Let Me Jungle Please. Popping the Righteous Glory, blowing both the summoners. That is a
Herald coming out here.
My books. Gonna throw down the Herald, and he has a wave to accompany.
Let Me Jung has to go base because he's out, well, low on mana and no sums.
Jung has to recall, and the Nature's Grasp is available, so if anyone tries to fight us, he can drop that to zone, he can drop that to force and engage. Still has the Mobies, doesn't have the Righteous Glory, but Saiyajin is not here.
Zaya's building a wave in the top side. This could be a rotation out of... Well, no, she's just going to rotate back to base. It's okay.
They have the mid priority for this, and with Saiyajin in the top lane, they couldn't force a fight. A nice flash from Deity means that Shadow's going to have to bite the bullet. Just dropping that Unbreakable, trying to tank up some damage.
He is more than fine. That was really, really clean to flash out of that by Deity. Perhaps could have saved it if Shadow had been more proactive, but still, it worked out.
As we now see Cypher doing
Toby's caught out.
Action of his own, throwing the Hextech ultimatum down onto Toby, and versus two melees. Never mind, going to taunt, going to flash, going to get out, and now Blaze looking to re-engage the fight.
Zaya's here.
Only 3. Deity actually picks up the kill, and Ventus does the same. Orianna going so low, and Blaze will pick that up, but a lovely blade cooler from
Zaya?
Saiyajin just picks him up more and more kills, and it is going to be a 4-for-1 for Event Horizon, yet again off the back of Zod Saiyajin's excellent healing.
That was absolutely perfect. Like, everyone peeled for Zaya when she entered the fight at the end. Even if they lost people at the start of it, it really, really turned out in their favor.
It's such a good fight. The second that Blaze saw that two people were distracted by Toby was blowing cooldowns. And I believe someone flashed on over the wall for him. The second he sees that, he goes, okay, just hits the go button, shifts into maximum overdrive, goes on in with that Nature's Grasp. Go ahead and pick himself up some more health, just get even tankier. And now we're sat here with a 10,000 gold lead for Event Horizon.
Exactly, and that 10,000 gold lead is going to start racking up higher and higher. It's about a third of the enemy gold added on. Like, you are going to be, at this point, at least half an item, maybe an entire item behind, depending on who your lane counterpart is. You can see Cassiopeia massively ahead of Orianna here. You have the Rod of Ages, the Morellonomicon, the tier, compared to the Morellonomicon, and the components of what's going to be a second item, Void Staff? Who knows?
It could well be. An interesting pickup.
Maokai banking in on these double pink wards that were placed here.
It could actually be a Haunting Guise, and we just turn it into a Leandris.
Yeah, true.
ASAP, so picking up the Blasting Wand instead of the Ruby Crystal. So
I don't like that they're grouping with Shen. I think Shen should be pushing top while everyone else is bot.
Yeah.
Especially because he's Stan United and Baron buff.
And
TP.
And Baron. He can split pretty effectively, but just wants to hang out with...
Apparently they're sieging pretty effectively anyway, however.
Just wants to have a good time.
You can see the Shadow's just fearless here, and the rest of his team's like,
There is actually a slow push mounting in the top lane for Integrity Gaming, and that could well take that top tower, which is
here comes Rakan!
And Eon
Shockwave!
Forced to fight. A lovely combo with the Shockwave, and a huge stun from Deity as well. Once again, Saiyajin on the back, just throwing out the feathers and bringing them back. Double kill goes over to him, and a clean ace off of a lovely...
Could that be game? That should be game. Zaya is so fun to watch, dude.
That has to be game.
That has to be game.
So we saw the four-man quickness knockup, I believe it was.
To three-man Shockwave. It was actually really smooth.
Three-man petrifying gaze.
And then the Feather Storm into the Zaya combo. Zaya was just ripping through everyone that game.